Hey guys, Seventh Moose here. Today we get to talk about space buns or Afro puffs or hairstyles that are inappropriate for skin tones or something. I had this whole joke about how I admonished this behavior and I end a video something. It wasn't even worth it, to be honest. Somebody posted on Twitter a Afro-inspired hairstyle with the wrong skin tone. I hope Afro-inspired is politically correct. I'm not trying to offend for once. And everybody lost their minds. And let's just kind of get into this. So, about a month ago, Animal Crossing New Horizons released a new hairstyle pack that had Afro-inspired hairstyles, more frizzy Afro-looking hairstyles. And I thought this was kind of cool, but it caused some big backlash when somebody posted it on their Twitter account, a picture of them with light skin and this Afro style because of cultural appropriation or some nonsense. And I don't really understand this. I don't think cultural appropriation is really a bad thing. In fact, I think that's kind of what makes America great. We take what is good from this culture and we leave what's bad and we create something that is better. I think one of the greatest examples of this is American food, right? Do you call pizza cultural appropriation? Because the pizza they have in Italy is totally different than the pizza we have in America. And it's, in my opinion, better. In fact, I know a lot of hardcore Italians would say it's garbage, but most people agree that American pizza is better. So, and they say mimicry is the highest form of flattery. I think that's the term, something like that. So, is it really that bad, especially if you're not attributing something horrible to it? Like, look, I can't even say that. Wasn't actually going to, but I was going to use a reference from a sportscaster long time ago. I'm old enough to remember this, who said something admonishing and disgusting, legitimately disgusting, about some WNBA players, and he lost his job, rightfully so. Now, if they would have said those words are reference to that sportscaster and put that hairstyle on, I would agree that probably should be punished, and I don't know if they should be banned forever, but suspension or something would be in order here. But they didn't. Now, I know a lot of you guys are already saying this and have already probably finished typing it. And that was intentional because I want to see what you write. And I got to gain the comments, that YouTube traction. You're saying, oh, but this account was tied to a racist comments from other accounts. And honestly, like, I'm seeing these links and I think they're longbows. Full disclosure here. I spent like 10, 15 minutes researching the story and talking with my wife about it a little bit. So there might be a better connection. And I don't think there is. Maybe there is. And my understanding is the virality of the tweet gained well before this connection was made. So it kind of upsets me that someone got attacked so hard for something so simple and taking that screenshot before these links were made. This is the problem. This is what happens. I want to paint a little bit of a scenario here for you guys so you kind of get where I'm coming from. My wife, she doesn't always pay full attention to the little details of things. She's the perfect wife for me, and I love her. I don't like saying anything remotely bad, but it's true and it's relevant. And I can see her making this mistake. I'm going to paint this little bit of a scenario for you guys. So she sees a new hairstyle. We just watched Star Wars, in fact. We actually did. And she sees it and she thinks it's cool. Oh, it's like Princess Leia with the little space poofs. I'm going to put that on my character and share it with all my friends so they can see this cool new hairstyle I got. Excuse me. Next thing you know, Twitter blows up. Everybody gets mad. And legitimately, my wife actually does have her Twitch and YouTube handles as an obscure WoW reference. So somebody else with a similar obscure WoW reference posts something horrible on Reddit or Instagram or something stupid, or they have a Parler account at all. And now she's considered a racist. And this is where the problem starts. While that account could be banned and that instance might really suck for her, it doesn't stop there. Right now, someone doxes my wife and she loses her job, and I have my job at risk, and now my roommate's safety is at risk. People who honestly agree with social justice way more than I do and understand this stuff way more than I do, their safety is at risk because my wife made a stupid and simple mistake misunderstanding what was going on. Is that right? Is this where we want to go with society? I understand, and really, I've said this a lot in conversations with friends and family, that social justice was a real thing and it was really important at a time. There was a time in American history where people were doing very bad things that were leading culture in the wrong way, and social justice helped. They were a hammer banging down lots of ugly nails that were all over the American landscape. But nowadays, it's not like that. And in that scenario that I painted, my wife would be a nail-like object. And kind of like when Obama did the drone strikes, I don't like to condone killing at all as a Christian. I understand that it is sometimes necessary, and some of these drone strikes probably did a lot of good. We'll never know for sure. Not all of them for darn sure. And when they went awry, Obama lost a lot of popularity with a lot of people, and he lost a lot of respect. He lost the people that were supporting him. And much like in this scenario, when a social justice warrior drone strikes the wrong person, hits a nail-like object, they lose the support of people such as myself, who are white males who aren't directly involved. And I guess unironically, a lot of the people who were saying the worst things in the comments that I was able to grab from screen grabs, they were really nasty. In fact, a lot of people of color, whatever term, they were relatively nice. I still think that they were taking the cultural appropriation thing too far, but a lot of them were just kind of warning, hey, you might get in trouble for this. You might want to pull that down. The white people were nasty, almost all of them. It was kind of disgusting and concerning. So I want to talk to the social justice warriors, people that call themselves social justice warriors. Kind of a warning here. Basically, you've already won the war. You're just mopping up the small stuff. And when you start hitting nail-like objects, when you start attacking people who make simple mistakes, who weren't actually doing bad and had no malice in their heart, when you start attacking them as if they're the worst neo-Nazi fascist garbage pile, but I repeat myself, person in the world, you're going to lose the support that you need of the other people, and you're not going to finish up the fight. You're not going to win the war. You're not going to gain any traction when you make mistakes. And this is the time for polite, kind reassertion. And, if someone makes the connection after you said so-and-so, hey, maybe that's a little offensive. And then someone says, oh, I think they did it on purpose because they're a racist. Then you got to decide for your darn self whether or not you really want to go down that route, whether or not it's worth it. When there are people who are saying directly racist things, who are legitimately prescribing to neo-Nazi ideology, you're wasting your time and you're hurting the cause. And don't misunderstand, I'm by no means a social justice warrior, but I understand where it comes from and why it was and maybe still is important. I just don't want to see it go to shit because of this. And let alone, this is not where I want to see our culture go. I don't want my wife or people uninvolved in politics to have to understand all these social nuances. I've talked with people who are transgender as a good example, and 99.9% of them that I talk to in person, especially, if I call them the wrong gender because I've known them for 10 plus years as one gender, They're okay with it. If I do it on purpose and they know I did it on purpose, they can get mad. But if I'm trying, that's what they care about. I have one of my best friends. Sorry. See, I had to get my mind right there. My best friend's sister, I knew as my best friend's brother. And it took me a while to kind of get into the right mind space. And I felt bad. And they were cool with it. And I greatly appreciated it. And I was willing to make the effort because they weren't nasty. If she was nasty about it and really mean, I would have been a jerk right back and misgendered them because I'm an asshole and that's what I do. Anyway, guys, I hope this was useful to you. I hope this was informational, entertaining, something. I just saw this as kind of a big problem in the culture of America and society. And I want to talk about it again because obviously I have narcissistic tendencies. I wouldn't look like Jesus if I didn't, or actually more like Charles Manson today. I got the cult glasses going. Anyway, you guys have a great night. If not today, you can always try again tomorrow. End the video.